Hey folks, it's Owen here again with Game 3 from Nordicon tournament, the tournament from last month. Final game on Saturday, so on we go. So we moved on to a battle line, surprise surprise, as that was the only one we were doing all the time. So I was playing Beastmen, my third army of the day, third new army. I hadn't played Beastmen ever before, so I was delighted to play them, and I was also wondering what the hell half the stuff did. So on to the game. So high off turn one, we did setup and stuff, but during the setup we had some spilled beer incidents that actually didn't involve our table, but involved my opponent Matt spilling them on the table behind us twice. So unfortunately, while they had a bit of a sloppy, messy game, we had a nice, dry, relaxed affair. So yeah, on to high off turn one, and I just moved some stuff forward here. Really, I didn't really know what to expect from these guys, apart from that the Minotaurs are tough, and that we were getting kind of drunk. And on the left, oh sorry, not the left hand side, the right hand side, same again over here. I didn't bother moving the archers, just left them on the hill. And there was no magic because he was too far away, and I have fuck all magic as it is. So on to the Beastmen Turn 1. So Matt just moved up his whatchamacallums, the Minotaurs, and I think everything else moves up a little bit as well. Yeah, they all moved up a small bit. He didn't want to go too far because of my phoenixes, obviously, and if they go in, they'll probably pop a lot of stuff. Then on the right hand side, he brought on this strange ambusher yoke. I don't know what the hell they are, to be honest. So he rolled some dice, and they came on over this side. Again, I didn't know how it worked because I never used them. So good news for him. I suppose at least they can't charge me in this turn, so that's all right. Then on the left hand side here, just the chariot moves up a little bit, and as 2 does. I think it's called a razor gore. I can't be sure, but I think it is. So Beastman magic turn 1, and Matt casts some strange spell which propels his guy right over here. I don't remember what spell it was, to be honest. And then he had plenty of dice left, so he rolled all 6 dice out of Vortex. I think it was Purple Sun, and a giant one at that, and he flew it down the line. Unfortunately, what happened to him was, as you can see there, he got a misfire. And not only did he get a misfire, he also miscast. So he misfired the Purple Sun, which hit my Reavers. Nobody died. Wonderful. Then, unfortunately for him, he rolled a 2 and then rolled a 1. So his little wizard is gone. I think he's a Bray Shaman. I think he's a level 4 or something like that. But he goes down a hole and I lose nobody. So it's good news for me. And there's the little X just to make sure he's dead. So I completely forgot to take pictures of high off turn 2, but as you can see here, Beastmen Turn 2 turns out to be the death of these Reavers as we fled. I think I rolled something really bad, a 4 or 5, and Matt rolled a 6. So crunch, his strange whatever they are, I don't know what they are, catch up and kill my Reavers. Meanwhile over here, I had moved my silver hams around, obviously, to take a couple of shots. So he turns around his chariot and turns around his little razor gore thing. So the rest of Beastmen Turn 2, and it would seem that I moved my Reavers in front of his frenzied Minotaurs, which I found out were frenzied because I didn't realise that, and also moved a few other things over there. So the Minotaurs took their charge. They failed their test, I think. I think they failed the frenzy test, but anyway, whatever. So they charge the Reavers, who flee away, and they go, I think it was 5 or 6. He also moves the rest of the things up a little bit, and that's it. And then in my turn, because nothing else happened, he had no more magic because his magician was dead. I moved my Reavers back over here just to take a couple of shots at one of these guys. Frost Phoenix then charges the other razor gore that he has in there. Hopefully I'm going to overrun that into the other guys that he has. My Reavers rally, and then I put them right back in front of those Minotaurs, so they'll probably end up taking a charge just to just to take a charge really, and so they'll run off with their frenzy rather than going into my mage bunker. Onto magic phase, and fiery convocation goes off, which destroys half the unit, probably a little over half maybe, but yeah, it does a great job. And from the results on the panic check, these guys flee, and because they flee, the guys beside them also flee. So good stuff out of that. But it was a miscast, and it was a cataclysmic one at that. Unfortunately for Matt, I was lucky enough to roll a 4, or 4 or 5 or 6, who knows when I'm still alive. And I killed a good few of my guys, and I did actually do quite a lot of 6s to save them because I got off one of those spells. So that was quite good. I mean, I'll take that. Then combat, and these guys wipe out the Razor Gore, and well, I don't think we wiped him out actually. I think we beat him by 2. Yeah, beat him by 2 and ran him down. And unfortunately, because of the other guys failing their panic and running away, I didn't go into them. I just went into nothing. So it was kind of a waste. Oh well, never mind. So Beastmen Turn 3, and Matt decides not to bother turning around at my Reavers again, and moves his chariot and his Razor Gore off. And then the Minotaurs charge into the soon-to-be dead Reavers. Rest of the phase then, nobody else rallies, so these guys run away and these guys run away. And then, as you would expect, it's chop suey for the Reavers, and then the Minotaur lads fly off there. And then HiFiHut turn 4. So my Reavers turn around again. I probably should have got them back into a better position here, but I just decided to move them around. I think we were just having a bit of a laugh and decided to move stuff around. And also, I moved Caradrian over here to get him out of a charge range of one of these two. Probably not the right thing to do because he's completely out of the game, pretty much, and it's a waste of my time. But again, I was just messing around, so a mistake. This is probably mistake number 1 or 2, is it? There's probably a few coming up anyway. Over here then, and Frost Phoenix moves over those guys, hoping that I actually didn't turn him very well at all. I didn't face him very well at all. I probably should have put him nearer to the guys near to the larger units, just in case they rally, so I can go in there and try and kill them, or at least kill something, because I have no points here yet, which is what I have failed to see. Down the bottom then, my general flies over that unit, causes a couple of wounds, and again is facing pretty much nothing, so he's not doing much use either. What did I fire off here? I think I fired a couple of shots, and also my bounce spell from my BSB, and killed 2 Minotaurs, which isn't bad. I didn't realise that they're toughness 4 with 5+ armor save, which is pretty muck. But if I'd known that, maybe I would have done something else. So Beastmen Turn 5, and there's quite a lot in this, unfortunately for me. What happens is the remaining 3 guys charge into my archer unit. If I flee, I'm probably going to get run down and killed, or I'm probably going to be right in front of the Minotaurs and get murdered. So I have to hold. He also then charges a Razor Gore into me as well, which means that we're in even more trouble. I thought I might be okay with my static res, and he killed a couple of guys. Yeah, killed a couple of guys. But unfortunately, I'm not so hot with my dice, and I fail my 9 rerollable, which means that we flee, he catches me, and we all die. So Bunker plus Wizard plus BSB are gone. So that's not good. That's not good at all. Meanwhile, up here, this is HiFiHut turn 5. He fled through me. Unfortunately, I didn't realise there was actually enough room for him just to stop right at the edge. So what I decided here, I don't know why I decided this, but I moved my Frost Phoenix up a little bit. What I should have done really was get him into position to charge somebody in the next turn, because right now he's in charge position for nothing. Over on the left hand side here, we got the Reaver unit who are quite bored, and I think he's getting quite bored of me over here as well. So I just charge in here. I think I cause a wound, and then he causes a wound back. We win by 1. He somehow holds. I think he's Legion 5 or something like that. So unlucky for me. Never mind. So unfortunately, we missed out on Beastmen Turn 5, which was actually Matt rallying his 2 units who were fleeing up the top of the board. So I get 0 points, unfortunately. But then what I do here is I first of all charge up my general into the 2 remaining guys who I hoped would hold, because maybe you think he'd hold me up. That was the only way I was going to actually be able to get into his Minotaur unit with my general. So he flees, goes through there. I think Caradrian went in first, and my Frost Phoenix went in then next, and then the general went in last, because these guys bounced all the way through Caradrian. So I have a Frost Phoenix and Caradrian into the Minotaurs. My general does not make it, so he will not be getting any combat for the rest of the game. And we have nothing else to do, so straight on to the combat phase. We managed to kill a couple of Minotaurs. Frost Phoenix comes in the side as well, does a nice little job. 2 wounds on him, but what can you do? Unfortunately, Caradrian is now dead. His general chops him up and puts him into little pieces. So all we have left now is the 2 Phoenixes, but at least he hasn't got the points for Caradrian yet. And on to Beastmen Turn 6, and Frost Phoenix up there does a good job by getting rid of another Minotaur. Ashtari does a good job by not getting killed, so we keep the 420 points that he's worth. And that's it. That's the end of the game. So boom, end of game and end of day 1. And unfortunately, because I didn't know what I was really doing against these beastmen, and because we were actually having a bit of fun and just charging stuff and moving sillily and drinking beer and stuff, we lost again, unfortunately. 17-3. It could have been better if I had been better with my Frost Phoenix and used him to mop up those units by charging them maybe off the board or something like that. I didn't consider that for some reason because I was probably pissed. But anyway, never mind. It was a 17-3 victory to the Beastmen, so high off loss. And that's it. Yeah, it was a good day. I had a lot of fun because I had 3 different armies. Played 3 good guys as well, and drank lots of booze and had some fun. So it was on into the night. We kept going till I think it was 2 o'clock in the morning. So it'll be on to day 2 and a slightly sore Lenzo in the morning. But we'll continue on with game 4 later on when we get to it. So thanks for watching and hope you enjoyed it.